Hello, hello, hello. Okay, so we're back for another session. Okay, guys, so sorry about that. I haven't been online for a very long time. I think about 2 weeks. That's because I've been working, and I'm absolutely positively exhausted. I'm tired. But I decided I'm going to make a video tonight. Why not? And I wanted to do talk about a couple of topics that I thought would be really interesting. I'll wait for some people to start coming in. And when they do, we can get started. What's interesting also is that I tried to log into my page and then YouTube was not connecting to the server. And it took me like 5 tries. I had to like restart my whole computer because it wouldn't let me connect to the server. It wouldn't let me access my page. It was saying my page was unavailable, all this kind of crazy stuff. And also, I'm sitting here now and I'm like, 0 viewers? Yeah, right. Yeah, so it's one of those things, one of those nights where I'm just like, just a little bit tired. But we'll get the show on the road as soon as people start coming in. Yeah. We're going to be talking about some different things. And I wouldn't be surprised if they try to do some but I'm not going to put those things out there. Hi, welcome to the live stream. We're going to be talking about a whole bunch of different topics tonight. You have to excuse me because tonight I'm just a little bit tired. Matter of fact, I'm extremely tired. But we're going to be talking about some cool stuff tonight. Lots and lots of things, right? So say hi in the chat room. Hi, all. Okay, so we're going to be waiting just for like 2 minutes until people start coming in. We have some fun tonight, even though I'm a little bit tired. So tonight I want to talk about a crazy dream, like 2 crazy dreams that I had. And I'm like, okay, in like 2 weeks I had these like really crazy dreams. And then we're going to talk about like going back to the pyramids and like dot connecting, kind of like things that you see and you didn't really think about. And you're like, I didn't catch that before. Hi. You know, things that you see and you're like, hey, how come I didn't see that before? How come I didn't catch that? Oh, okay. You know, so I'll give it like 2 seconds. So how was everyone's week going? I hope everyone's week was fine. I hope you guys had a really good, productive week. I did. Really crazy, but it was productive. It was good. And I'm just a little bit tired. But I'm like, hey, let's have some fun this week, you know? As you can tell in my voice, I'm just a little bit tired. Hi, I'm just waiting until like a couple of people start streaming in, you know? We're going to talk about a bunch of different topics. Actually, you know what? Let me get started. So one of the first things I realized about, these people who talk a lot of game, and this is why for me, I'll never be one of these people. So the first topic we're going to talk about is, these people that talk like a really good game. They're really good smooth talkers. They're really good smooth talkers. They're really good at like telling you what you want to hear, but they seldom follow through. And how you need to protect yourself from these kinds of smooth talkers. Okay. These are people that sell you really good game. They tell you really good game. They tell you, oh, it's like this, you got to do this, you got to do this. And then when you start building and developing yourself, all of a sudden, these are the very same people who's talking game are ready and set to tear you down. And I'm like, weren't you the same person who's like, oh, we need to do this and we need to build and we need to be like, we need to, So anyway, so that's one of the first things I want to talk about because I realized when I got on YouTube, it's funny because I was on YouTube in the first days, when it was like you typed in something in YouTube and it was like one page. You know, I was there in YouTube when you looked up like targeted individuals and you got like 2 videos. If you got 2 videos, and it was maybe like a minute. And then like after like 2 years, I was like, oh, okay. Then it went up to like 1,000 hits. And I was like, wait, then it's like now it's in the millions, you know? So YouTube is the new church, right? YouTube is the new church, okay? And everybody's got a word from everybody's God, whether your God is Abrahamic God, Yahweh, Allah, Jesus, whether your God is whoever. Everybody's got a God, everybody's got a religion on YouTube, and everybody's selling something. Okay? And I'm not against people, you know, making a living and doing, you know, whatever they need to do. And, you know, I'm not against people monetizing their content at all. What I am is hypocrisy. And I've always been against hypocrisy, you know. And I notice, you know, a lot of people talk a lot of good game, but it's like they don't mean what they say, and they sure as hell don't follow through, you know. And it's a lot of infighting, backbiting, deceit, I mean, treachery, really, really, really nasty behavior. And you're just like, what? And you're like, aren't you the one who's always promoting, you know, like, we got to be this and we got to be that and we got to be this? That's what I'm saying. YouTube is the new religion. YouTube is the new religion. And everyone who has a God to sell is selling it on YouTube. It's the new religion. It's the new religion. If your God is a conscious God, you got a God to sell. If your God is an Abrahamic God, you got a God to sell. If your God is a non-Abrahamic God, your God is an alien, you got a God to sell. You know? And what's funny is when people take the advice, and I notice it's the same pattern of behavior. It's the same behavior. Like I saw in the church that made me just so disgusted. And I was just like, look, if I have to deal with this kind of behavior, I'd rather deal with this kind of behavior in the world. I'm not going to be in front of a bunch of hypocrites telling me live a holy life and you're more wicked than the devil. It's the same kind of behavior, the same kind of hypocrisy. Telling you, you know, you got to be this and you got to be clean and you got to be this and you got to be righteous and this and that and the other. And it's pro this and anti this and this and that. And then when you watch their behavior, and let me show you how you watch their behavior. When you start to do for self, and I always tell TIs from the beginning, I said, I am not a babysitter. I always tell TTIs and I always tell TIs, I was like, I will never be a babysitter. Okay, I always tell them, I said, look, if you come to me, I will always tell you the truth, and I will always try to empower you to keep searching for a solution that will help you. The first thing you try may work the first time, and that's lucky you. But some people have to go through years and years and years of trying before they get the right formula that helps them out of this mess. And the other thing is that I noticed is that people will be so quick to sell you down the drain. You hear me? People will be so freaking quick to sell your ass down the damn drain. Make no mistake about this. When people see you, whether they see you spiritually, and you got to understand, not everyone is watching you physically, and not everyone is watching your physical moves. There are people that are monitoring you and tracking you in the spirit realm, in the realm that you can't see. Because that's the realm they can see. If a good person with spiritual eyes can see, look, they're going to go to the top. In the spirit realm, they can see it before you get there. And then try to fuck it up before you get there. Okay? Really? Really? So this is why I'm like, you got to watch who's watching you. And you got to see the world. You got to see the world, not from your eyes. Because many of the victims who come to me, they go, I'm not like that. And I'm like, your mistake is this. You saw the world from your perspective. You weren't looking at the world and you weren't looking at yourself from the person standing in front of you. You understand what I'm saying? You got to see the hatred in the person's eyes or the jealousy in the person's eyes who's standing in front of you. You got to be able to see it. And you got to be able to see where they'll direct that jealousy that's standing in front of you. You can't overlook stuff like this. This is why I always tell you guys, never forgive wickedness. Forgiving wickedness does not stop it. It only allows it to perpetrate in your life longer. And that's not something you want. You don't want wickedness to be perpetrating in your life for years and years and years and years and years. You understand? You want to be able to stop it. You want to be able to stop it and put it dead in its tracks. You don't want wickedness to be perpetrating over and over and over in your life. No. You got to be able to stop it dead in its tracks. And one of the things you got to do is you got to be able to read people. You got to be able to see people and scan them and read them. You got to be able to test people. You understand? How do you test people? The number one, there are two ways to test people. There are many ways. But the two quickest ways to test people is what they'll do with money. What they'll do with money. And the second quickest way to see is how they'll react. Spiritually when you can't see them, and physically when you can. How will they react towards you at the thought of you succeeding? These are the two things you use to test people. Money, okay? Fastest way to test a person is money. You understand? Leave $100 laying around. Leave $100 laying around. Leave $20 laying around. You understand? Leave it there for the person to see. Make sure you take a picture or you write where it is. You take a picture of where it was. You leave it there. Okay, some people, their price is not 20. Some people, their price is more. But don't go leaving $1,000 around that you can't afford to lose in case they're a crook. You understand? But leave money laying around. Take a picture. Put the date. Make sure they're the only person there. If that money's there when you come back, you know you can trust them with money. Test them. Lie to them. Yeah, I'm telling you to lie. Lie to them and tell them you're succeeding in something. Watch their reaction. Not their reaction, but watch their spirit. Yeah, I'm telling you to lie. Watch their spirit to see if they're happy for you. At the thought of you succeeding, watch their spirit. There'll be people who will jump on the bandwagon. There'll be people who jump on the bandwagon when they hear that you're succeeding. And they'll be like, listen, hey, how come you leave me? Hey, bring me in. Let me help you. There will be people who will genuinely want to help you. People who will want to help you to get rid of you. There will be people who just want to get rid of you because they don't want you to succeed. And then there will be people who just want to destroy you altogether because they don't want to see you with anything. Test people. You got to test people. You got to drop them little hints. Okay? Say, yeah, I'm doing, lie. Yeah, I'm telling you to lie. Say you're doing something and it's succeeding. Watch their spirit. And watch their spirit. And their spirit will tell you what you're dealing with. Understand? The second way to test people is money. Leave money laying around. That's how you test people. You got to test the people. You have to test the people that's around you. You understand? You got to test people because there are people who will sell your ass out for 30 pieces of silver. And you'll never know until years later. Got to test people around you. Make sure that the people around you are the right people. Make sure that the people around you want you to succeed and don't mind helping you. Okay? Another way you can do to test people is contracts. Okay? If you don't have one, I suggest you get one. Thanks, Willow. If you don't have one, I suggest you get one. I have a friendship contract. I don't let anyone in my life without signing a friendship contract. My friendship contract tells you clearly what I expect of a friend. Doesn't necessarily mean I want money from you. It doesn't necessarily mean that every time I have a problem, you have to listen to what I have to say. No. My friendship contracts outlines the character of the person that I want to be my friend. And I tell people, sign it. You don't sign it, you're not my friend. I don't play that. I got in this mess because of friends and because of people in the church, people who were tasked with so-called morality, people who were tasked with so-called high level of consciousness and sold me down the river for 30 pieces of silver. Okay? All right? Today we're going to do an assignment. So I want all of you, okay, tonight is about a whole bunch of topics. So everyone, we're going to do a little bit of reversing bad numbers. Okay? Reversing bad numbers. Okay? In case you don't realize, I did a video on how this world is in a binary, it's set up like a binary system. You're either a 0 or you're a 1. Okay? You're either a 0 on this planet or you're a 1. And some of you, at some point in time, you were a 1. And someone glitched the matrix and made you a 0. And ruined your life, and then everything caved in on you. Okay? So one of the things that we're going to do tonight is we're going to work on your numbers. Okay? We're going to get a piece of paper. Okay? And I want you to write down the numbers 0 through 9. Because all numbers past 9 is a derivative between 0 and 9. Okay? All numbers past 9 is a combination of 0 and 9. I want you to get a piece of paper and I want you to do this. Okay? This is an exercise. What we're going to do is we're going to begin glitching your numbers. Why are we going to do that? We're going to do that because I know a lot of you, if you're Christian and you don't believe in any of these things, you can tune out. I don't want to have an argument. I don't want to hear scripture as to why not to do this. There's a whole book in your Bible called Numbers. Okay? Just leave. Okay? I just don't want to have the argument. Okay? If this is not for you, peace out. We're going to do something. What we're going to do is we are going to go and anoint your numbers. And we're going to go and we're going to fuck up any numerical combination that they've used to put you on a death cycle, on a poverty cycle, on a crazy cycle, because some of you are on the poverty cycle, some of you, they put you on a crazy cycle, some of you, they want to kidnap you and drop you in a mental institution because they're exposing the fact that they're illegally implanting people and they're using this wireless technology to make people think they're going crazy. Okay? How are you? You're going to, the world speaks in numbers. The world speaks in numbers. So before you get letter combinations that make up words, you need to understand there were numbers. Okay? They speak in numbers. And every number has a letter associated to it. And then those combination of numbers form words. And those words and those numbers and those combinations can mess up your life. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna do some glitching. Okay, so I want you guys to get a pen, get a paper, and I want you to write down the numbers 0 to 9. So it's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, do it now. Okay, after you do that, what I want you to do is you don't have to say it out loud. I want you to look at your social security number. Okay? And what I want you to do is I want you to add up all those numbers until you get to a single digit. For example, adding and adding and adding and adding and adding and adding and adding of my social security comes out to a 9. And I want you guys to we're going to go look at what the number 9 means. Okay? Then you're going to tell me the number, and I'm going to show you what those numbers mean and how they manipulate these numbers to mess up your life. Okay? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at the numbers 0 through 9. Let's start from the point of your birth. Okay? When you were born on certain numbers. Okay? You don't need to tell me. You were born on certain numbers. Okay? And you came in to a family that had certain numbers. And much of what we're dealing with, especially the evil that's on this planet, and especially with AI, and especially with demonic entities, is binding energies, whether good or evil, and we know these people, they never bring in anything good. Evil entities to numbers. That's why I did a video. My highest viewed video was about how to deal with the artificial intelligence when you have implants. Because one part of it is human, the other part of it is technology, and then the other part of it is demons trapped in technology. All these guys, these techies, they tell you, summoning the demon and trapping them using numbers, trapping them using gematria, trapping them using Kabbalah, trapping them using numerology, and putting them in technology. And then that tech goes into you. So you're dealing with humans, software, and devils. Okay? So we're going to do some work tonight, even though I'm exhausted, but hi. Okay, let me raise the volume. So they're glitching the video, huh? Usual devils. You know how they are. Okay, so get a piece of paper. Get a piece of paper, right? Piece of paper and a pen. And you're going to write down numbers. Numbers. Okay? You're going to write down your numbers. Okay? All right? You're going to write down your numbers from 0 to 9. Okay, we're going to start. Now, we're going to look at numbers in terms of, you're going to write down, let me know if you can hear me. The first thing you're going to write down is your birth date. Okay? You don't need to tell me. Birth date. Why? Those are numbers. Okay? Your birth certificate. Numbers. Your social security. Numbers. Driver's license. Numbers. Can anyone think of anything? Can anyone think of anything else that has numbers on it that pertains to your life? Your passport. Numbers. Think about what these things are. Your passport. Meaning, you're given a number that allows you to pass through ports. Passports, and at the top of it, there's a number. Passports. Okay? Your birth certificate. Numbers. Can anyone think of anything else that has numbers on it that you need for your life? Your telephone number. Does anyone can think of anything else that has numbers on it? Hmm? Anything else? Okay. So let me know when you guys are ready. So write ready in the chat box and we'll get started. Right? Okay. New Year's. New Year's is a big one. New Year's. Okay? And Old Year's night. The night before New Year's. These are two big ones. These are two big dates. Just say ready when you're ready. Okay, good. Anybody else ready? We're going to go in and we're going to do some damage. Okay? Because these people, you got to remember, a lot of these people are a pack of goddamn devils. I'm so sorry. It's the nicest way I can put it. Straight up devils. Okay? Anybody else? Anybody else have pen and paper? Just write ready. Okay? Ready so we can get started. All right? Nobody else is ready? All right, let's get ready. All right. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to put your name above the numbers. Write your name above the numbers. Okay? Wonderful. We're going ahead. Write your name above 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Because I study. That's why. When you're in a mess like this, you have to you have two things to do. Okay, so they're asking, why does she know so much? When you're in a mess like this, you have two choices. The first thing people do is lay over and accept it. The second group of people try to understand what they're going through and try to find a way out. Anything I know, and I always tell you guys, anything I know, you can find out. You can do. I'm not special. Anything I know, you guys can go research yourself. But you just have to go there and have to look. It's as simple as that. Okay? No. You don't have to write down all the numbers for your birth certificate and your birth date and social security. All you have to do is write 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. T. Wells for president. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Shout out to T. Wells. Thank you. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Okay? So you just have to write 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You don't know. You don't have to write that. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. License plates numbers. That is a very good one because that one gets people into a lot of trouble. You understand? Especially when you're in this program. Thank you so much. Okay, so we're gonna start. So all you do is you write 0 through 9 on a piece of paper. You're going to write your name on top of it. Okay, so it should look like this. Okay, can you see? Okay, and what we're gonna do is we're going to glitch all your numbers. Why? Because some of these devils, they do rituals through your karmic energy. Some of them do rituals on your name. Some of them do rituals on your spirit and your soul to tie it up so that you'll never grow. Some of you, they sell your soul or they sell parts of your soul. Okay? Some of them, they do rituals on your numbers. Okay? To screw you up. Okay? T. Wells for president. I'm glad. Thank you. Thank you for letting them know. because some people are on here trying to scare, not today actually, but some people are trying to scare the crap out of people, telling them, don't take cenopods. And I'm like, shut up. People have been taking this thing for thousands of years and they're breaking spells, breaking curses, cleaning up their health, reversing their health. And, yeah, you can put your middle name also, Emmy. Yes, you can. But thank you, T. Wells, for understanding cenopods, using it, like I said, and feeling better. Okay? Because I have some idiots who are just like, no, cenopods don't use it. And I'm like, and then they wonder why their brain is still in that loop. They're weak. They're sick. They're getting tortured. They can't go anyway. Anyway, let's get the Jack Smith, you're 100% right. But what we're trying to do today is we're trying to correct some of the portals that they entered in. We're trying to correct some of that stuff. One of it is numbers. Let's get back to exactly. But this is why you got to detox, Jack. This is why you got to detox. This is why you got to detox. Okay, it keeps you a lot more stable. Let's get back to the topic. Numbers. We're going into numbers. Why these numbers are important. Okay. The only number I want you to calculate down, you keep adding and adding and adding, is either your birth date or your social security. Okay? And we're going to look at what those numbers mean. Okay, so everyone is ready. Let's get started. Let's get started. Oh, yeah. Oh, you should see my changing lanes. You should see my older video on the trafficking, on technological trafficking. This is why I don't call this group TIs, that's in targeted individuals, because you're not. It's trafficking. It's technologically trafficked individuals. It is modern day trafficking. It's the modern day prison industrial complex. Okay? It's not targeting, it's trafficking. It's a trafficking program. Okay? And that's why we have to change the language. Can I do this for my daughter? Yes, you can. What, cenopods or the numbers? ME, cenopods or the numbers? Kids can take cenopods, but you give them, like, depending on the age, you just boil like 2 pods. You take 1 pod and another pod and you boil it. But cenopods, you just very little do you give to children because it's so strong. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so the first thing you're gonna do, you have your name. Let's look. You have your name at the top and you have your number second. Okay, you have your birth date. So here we go. Let me know when you guys are ready, okay? Because I need your attention. Yep. I need your attention, okay? Let me get your attention. The most important number in your life is the date you came on this planet. The fact that you're in this program, someone messed up your numbers along the way, okay? So you're gonna call up your birthday. Don't write it. Say it to yourself. Now you're gonna begin to break every type of curse and you're gonna verbally speak it, okay? Okay, so your birthday, whatever your birthday is, let's say your birthday is January 1st, 1978. You're gonna say your name, Jane Doe. I was born on January 1st, 1978. Every number from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Every multiple of those numbers, every combination, speak after me, every combination of those numbers, every derivative of those numbers, I break every curse associated with my birth date. Now you're going to begin to call curses. Do you guys know what this symbol is? Do you know what this symbol is? Let me know if you know. Every ancestral curse of, you know what that symbol is? Every ancestral curse of, okay. Do you know what this symbol is? Bingo, changing lanes. Changing lanes said it. Bingo. Goddess, you got it. Every ancestral curse of M or I. I'm just doing this so you know what I'm talking about. M or I. Every ancestral curse of M, you know who that is, or I, on my birthday is broken. Repeat after me. Every ancestral curse of M or I, I'm just doing this so you know what I mean, okay? Or I is broken. Let's to some of the curses. Curses of slavery, ritual curses, drug addiction. One of you is battling drug or was battling drug addiction. I just saw that. One of you was battling drug addiction. You don't have to tell me if you don't want to. But I just saw drug addiction just popped up and it's a man. Okay? I just literally saw that. I'm like, whoa. Something with pills, like popping pills or something. It has anything to do with pain, popping pill. Anyway, you don't have to tell me. Okay, so ritual murder. That is ritual trafficking. That is walking zombie. Okay, I'm gonna get into some of these. Where you're alive, but you're a zombie. Okay, because they can sell you to be ritually murdered, but literally there's nothing in your body. You're a zombie, or there's an entity in your body and your soul is caged. Okay, so we're going over your numbers. We're going over your numbers now. And we're breaking every curse of, okay? So your birth numbers. We break every ritual curse of M and I over your numbers. Say after me. I break every ritual curse of M and I over my number 0, over my number 1, over my number 2, over my number 3, over my number 4, over my number 5, over my number 6, over my number 7, over my number 8, over my number 9, and all the combinations from 0 to 9. Okay? Now we're going into, ooh, some of you just got released. Okay, whose family is a huh or a huh? And don't even go there. I don't want to know. Don't even say it. I don't want to know. Okay, so we're going into selling you. Okay, so ritual murder. We're going into zombification. Okay, you can be alive like me, but there's nothing. Your spirit is not in there. Okay, so we're gonna go into your birth numbers and the ritual numbers at the place to tie you up from birth. Okay, so we're gonna go back. You ready? Round 2. Every ritual murder number to zombify, or they call it MK Ultra, okay, or monarch slave, to zombify you or to make you a monarch slave, okay, one of the two. We're going into the numbers. We break it from 0. We break it from 1. Repeat after me. You have to say it. We break it at number 3. this is too heavy. We break this at number 4. We break it at number 5. 3, the number 3 keeps coming up to me. The number 3 is like, okay, one of you, when you add up all of your birth date or your social security number, you come down to 3. Okay? Okay. Who just got into a car accident not too long ago? Like literally like a week or 2 weeks. Okay? Who on this line just got into a car accident literally like a week ago, no more than 2 weeks ago? Like they literally tried to take you out. No? Go Missy. Ooh. Did you just get into a car accident like a week ago? You gotta let me know, because I'm stopping for like, I want, damn, these people are devils. Yes, shit. Okay, get serious, Gomisi. We're gonna go in yesterday, right? Yeah. Let's just go in. Let's just go in and just repeat after me. We're gonna go into it and we're gonna break some of these things, okay? Yesterday, my dream last night. Oh my God, my dream last night, I held a fortune cookie paper that had so many damn 3s. Me, car accident, I rapidly healed. Sorry, 2 days ago. Okay. All right, we gotta go in. Let's go in, but just repeat after me, okay? You got to repeat it because we have to go in and break this up, okay? I just saw 3 just kept sticking out at me, and as soon as I said 3, I just saw car accident, okay? We're going to break this and we're going to glitch the matrix. Okay? All right. So we're going to go into ritual death. Okay? Ritual death. What is ritual death? There's 3 kinds of ritual death. Okay? There's the one where they physically kill you. They physically kill you. You're dead, you're in the grave. There's the one where they remove your spirit and you're a zombie. So you're walking around like da, 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 but you're not in your body. Okay, someone else is there. That's ritual death. Okay, and then there's the 3rd one where they have you drugged up, okay, and zombified. Okay, you're not lucid and you're not in your right mind. Okay, let's go back and let's begin to break these cycles. Okay, listen. All right, let's go back and when I begin to go in and I'm gonna ask you questions. Okay. All right, so we're breaking ritual death. Ritual death is when they tamper with your numbers to take you out before your time, okay? We're going. Ritual death on my number 0. All ritual death on my numbers 1. All ritual deaths, speak it on my numbers 2. All ritual death on my numbers 3. All ritual deaths on my numbers 4. All ritual deaths on my numbers 5. All ritual deaths on my number 6. All ritual deaths on my number 7. All ritual deaths on my numbers 8. All ritual deaths on my numbers 9. And any combination from 0 to 9, whether it's multiplied, whether it's a fraction, whether it's divided, whether it's in a circle, whether it's in a square, whether it's a percentage, however they interpret these numbers, any interpretation of these numbers, okay, that will cause me a ritual death. I break it today. I break it out of the binding circle. I break it out of the 490-degree angles. Okay, they can bind you in a circle, they can bind you in a triangle, they can bind you in a square. Okay. Okay. I break it. Okay? Now, what I need you to do is I need you to put your life where you removed the ritual death. Okay? Whether it is drugs, whether it's like a real death, where they put you in a grave, car accident, whatever. These people are devils. Whether they drug you up, that's another way. Okay, because you're not lucid, you're not in your right mind. Okay, you need to put in your life. What is your life? Speak. You will be a doctor. Speak life where they place that death. You want to be a doctor? I will be a doctor. Do you want to be a doctor, Gumisi? Do you want to be a doctor? Okay. All right. So with break, we intersected that accident on that 3. Okay. We intercepted that accident on that 3. If you want to be a doctor, no. If you don't want to, you don't say you're not sure. You say no. Okay. We intercepted that accident on that 3. I need you to put, Gomisi, whatever you want, and all of you who are listening, whatever you want. When you remove the curse of the ritual death, where they use these numbers, what do you want for your life? Put it in place of it. Don't leave it empty. Because if you leave that area empty, where they put that death, anyone can come back and put something in there. You need to put life into it. What life do you want? What do you want to be a doctor? Do you want to be a pilot? Do you want to be a teacher? Do you want to be a musician? Whatever you want, you put it where you just remove that curse. Okay? Okay, so the next one that just came up is thievery. Okay, the thievery, the stealing. Okay, the thievery and the stealing, and people constantly stealing from you. Okay, it's time to remove that and get what's rightfully yours. Okay, it's the same process. It's the same process. So let's talk about this. All right. So ME, as in you're in school. You're in school. Let me see. You're in school. So you're contemplating. Are you contemplating? So are you contemplating whether or not you want to be a doctor, go as far as being a doctor? Okay, Emmy, you said what? I don't understand what that means. So let's take time to evaluate. Did this help you? Did this exercise help you? Okay, that's good. No, Emmy, I was talking to Gomisi. Wow. So yeah, I picked up. So then it's you. Because I kept saying doctor, doctor, doctor. And I'm like, you're contemplating whether or not you're going to be a doctor. Whatever you want to be, you got to put it there. Okay? Because it will block them. And what I need you to do is I need you to seal. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to do this. All of you, everyone do this. Okay? Okay. So, what you're going to do, I should have done a series on this to show you, but this is just last minute. So you're going to make a circle. You're going to put numbers, 0. You're going to start from 0 all the way to 9. You're going to put your name at the top, and you're going to put what you want to be in life, and you're going to seal this with a circle. Okay? And you're going to meet the right people at the right time with the right finances to do what you need to do. And you seal it in a circle. and with a circle that cannot be broken. And you can put this symbol under it, the symbol of the infinity, okay? So that it can't be broken. Because you do know that we live in a society that's symbol literate, and most people are symbol illiterate, right? So again, what are you gonna do? You're gonna put 0 to 9. You're gonna put your name. You're gonna put what you want to be in that circle. You're gonna put the circle. You're gonna seal what you wanna be, and you're gonna seal it with an infinity symbol. And under it, you're gonna put meet the right people at the right time with the right finances. Okay? Who can help you achieve what you want to achieve. Okay? Did that help? Okay, good. Did that exercise help? You have to know what you want to be in life, and you have to protect it, because there are people who can see. I'm here on the internet, and I can't see any of you. You see me here on the computer, okay? So you know I'm not somewhere else. How did I see this accident? How did I see the number 3? If I'm sitting here in front of you talking to you, what does that tell you? That there are people who can see. And if I can see, and I choose to help people, you got to ask yourself, are there people who can see and see people's futures that are evil? That's the purpose of this exercise. You see me sitting here. I'm in front of you, so I'm not somewhere else. You see my 2 hands, because some of you, oh, it's not her hands. These are my 2 hands. So I'm not holding anything, and I'm watching you. How did I see the accident? How did I see the number 3? How did I know it was within a week? And this is the first time I've ever spoken to this person. I've never seen them before in the chat. If I can see this, you have to say to yourself, there are other people who can see. And if I can see, but I help people, you gotta understand, there are people who can see, or they go to people who can see and fuck up people's lives. Okay? Yep. Yep, absolutely. Oh, wow. I believe you. I believe you. I believe you. I believe you. They're everywhere. They are everywhere. They are everywhere, and they think everybody's a criminal. They think if you're psychic, you're a criminal. They think if you're creative and they can control you, you're nuts. If you're a creative person and you create things, because these people have an inability to create, they believe that they have the right to steal it from you, they have the right to own you, they have the right to control you. These people don't think like normal human beings, or that you're a threat to national security because you can create, depending on what you create, obviously. You know? Yeah, that's just how they think. Anyone who thinks outside of the box, anyone who just likes to research or use the right side of their brain. Oh, okay, let me say it again. Hi, Ujwal. Yep. Changing lanes. Yes, yes, and yes. This is why I told you to do this. Okay? This is why I told you to do this. Because while you don't want to do it, they're doing it. Okay? While you don't want to protect your sacred numbers, they're opening you to portals of hell with your sacred numbers, with your birth date. They're giving you fake death timelines. They're calculating your death and then plotting you on a death trajectory. While you don't want to do this, they're putting you on a death trajectory 40 and 50 years before your time. Okay? Okay, what I said to do is after you finish the exercise, where you call out death. Death is just one of them. Madness is one. But like I said, there are 3 types of death. There's the physical death. There's the spiritual death where they just pull you out of your body and put something else in you and you're walking around like a zombie. They call it MK Ultra or Manchurian Candidate. Then the third one is where they have you drugged up and you're not rationally thinking. So there's 3 types of death where you're literally not in control of your mind, your body, and your spirit. They can put you on any one of these 3 types of deaths. So what we did is we looked at a person's numbers. Okay? I'm answering your question. Hold on, someone asked me. Lou L. Okay, so what you do, and you can always go back to the video for the exercise. When you're finished, you're going to put your name and your numbers 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You're going to write down these numbers because any combination of these numbers can affect your life. Like your birth date is a combination of these numbers. Your birth certificate has a combination of these numbers. Your driver's license, your license plate has a combination of these numbers. Okay? What else has a combination of these numbers? Your passport, your telephone number, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. These are important numbers you got to pay attention to. The summer solstice, winter solstice, all these seasons, these changes of seasons, all these are numbers. You got to protect yourself over these numbers, okay? Because while you don't, because you're like, oh, Jesus said not to do that, the devils are. While you're not protecting yourself and sealing your numbers with long life and long health and wealth and prosperity and peace and sanity and happiness, they're manipulating these numbers for death and destruction for you. Yes. So you're going to put your name, you're going to put your numbers, you're going to put a circle, draw a circle around it because you have to do it yourself. It's your intent. You're going to seal your circle with an infinity symbol. Then you're going to put what you want in the circle. What you want. And after you put what you want in life, you could want to be a doctor, a scientist, I don't know, whatever you want to be. You got to put meeting the right people who mean you well at the right place at the right time. Okay? And anyone who contradicts your good intent will be driven from your life. Okay? So that's what you want to do. I hope that helped. Yep. Me? Gomisi? How do I know you are not one of them? Are you kidding me? Go see my last video with the implants I have in my body. I don't have time to be a devil. Okay? Okay. So I was looking at your questions. I was looking at your questions and your comments, okay? So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to look at something else that's very important. When you want to understand how this world operates, you got to understand it in terms of 2 things. I know it's going to sound crazy. And I know many of you are going to be like, no, but you got to follow me here. I want you to close your eyes, rub your eyes, because I want your spiritual eyes to see what I'm going to show you. I say that this planet is run by what I call the penis protectorates. I love men. I have nothing against them. But what runs this planet? I'm not talking about your everyday average guy. I am not talking about that. I'm talking about the power structure that runs this planet. And it is a boys' club. Okay? And if you don't have an almighty penis, you're not invited to the party. And I'm going to show you historically how I call them the penis protectorates. This is not against men. I don't do male bashing. I do not do male bashing. And I am not a feminazi. I believe that there's a balance on this planet of men and women. But at the power structure, at the upper echelons, it is not about women. It is about men. Okay? And I call them the penis protectorates. But I'm going to show you an ancient mystery. Tell me if you can see it. Okay? Okay? So let me make something clear. I don't do male bashing. I am not a feminazi. I'm not one of these people that think all men are evil. No. I love men. There's a place for men in society. There's a place for women in society. I am not a feminazi. I don't believe in feminist principles. And I don't believe in bashing men. And I don't believe in bashing women. I believe in bashing in the heads of my enemies. That's about it. Okay, so follow me with this. So the penis protectorates, okay? This planet is run by giant penises. Okay? This planet is run by the penis protectorate. If you are looking for equal rights on this planet and you are not a part of the penis club, you're not getting it. I'll say this again, okay? If Ujwal, you get it. Look at how the religion is set up. The Vatican has been around for, Council of Nicaea was what, 700? So it's 1300 years. The Vatican has been around. 1300 years. Not one female bishop in 1300 years. The planet is run by the penis protectorate. And these are no ordinary penises. These are no ordinary penises. These permanently erect penises have been running this planet for a very long time. Okay? But I'm going to show you why the planet is out of sync, why they missed the whole concept of the pyramids, and why the planet is out of sync because it's too phallic leaning. Okay? I'm going to show you this. Bingo! Bingo. M-E said it. It's the M and the I. Okay, I don't even want to do that in my videos. But you know what I mean, the M and the I. I just don't even want to, because those are symbols, and these symbols have power, and that's why I don't even like calling their names. Okay? And what they're doing now is that they want you to say these names because they know that these names have numbers attached to them, and when you speak it, it gives it power. And when you, not only when you speak it, when you write it, when you say it, and also when you act, like you say the I and the, when anyway, I didn't even want to say it, but you guys know what I'm saying, right? That's why I'm not calling the names, okay? Because they know every time you say the word, it invokes that power. That's why I don't call their names, okay? And every time you mirror image what they do, it's symbol literacy. It invokes power. And I just don't do it because that's just not for me, okay? It can be for you, but for me, I'm good. I have nothing against them. It's just not for me. Ujwal, you see? Everybody look at what Ujwal typed. You see it? You see? The M and the I together. And you get MI5. All right, look at how old the phallic symbol or white protectorates planet. Okay, are you ready? Let's look. And how they missed a major key in solving the pyramid. Let's look. Okay, so the protectorates. How do we know who the penis protectorates are? Okay, of obelisks. What is an obelisk? These obelisks. The S meaning is one thing, but the outside meaning is the giant penis. It's a phallic symbol. It's a phallic symbol. And they say this is the Cleopatra's needle. No, it's not. It's a penis. And what do you think this little hole up here is? Does it say no? It's a needle. No, it's not. This is in Aksum in Ethiopia. What do you think this is? The little hole at the top. That's the hole. That's the hole where the information from a man flows. The genetic information from the man flows. They call this Cleopatra's needle, but it's not Cleopatra's needle. It is a penis. And there are, I think they said 21 of them all over the planet. A world of obelisks. Okay? The pharaohs would likely spin in their sarcophagi if they knew where all their carefully erected obelisks have gone. For of the 21 ancient obelisks, penises, still standing, Egypt itself can claim fewer than 5. Rome boasts 13, all snatched from the land of the pharaohs in Roman times, and the rest are spread from Istanbul to New York City. Click on the labeled map below to view and review the world's 12 mightiest standing monoliths. So we have London, listen to the cities. We have Paris, we have Rome, which is one of the oldest. We have Istanbul, which is like the second oldest before Rome. We have Cairo and Luxor in Egypt. And they're missing Ethiopia. Okay, these are not all the obelisks because they have it in Ethiopia, and I just showed you this is in Ethiopia. Okay, this one is in Rome, Italy. These are real obelisks. Guys, ask yourself a question. Why would the most important, and New York, why would the most important cities in the world in terms of trade, banking, finance, history, have giant penises in them? Why? Ask yourself this question. Why would New York, London, Paris, Rome has the most, interesting enough, because Rome is where the Vatican is, and the Vatican is very, very, very much into penis protection. They are the penis mafia. Istanbul. What's the history of Turkey? Cairo and Luxor in Egypt. Why? Why? Can anybody guess? Can anybody guess? Why would the major cities across the world all have giant penises? And what's ironic? And what's ironic is that the cities that have the giant penises, and they call them obelisks, they're penises. All the cities that have it, they're a major port for what? Every type of trade, commerce, history, development, military, technology, science, arts, learning. Bingo. Bingo. But what's interesting, what's interesting, what's interesting is that when all of these, what's interesting about the obelisks is that the obelisks weren't just built to support themselves. The obelisks were built in relationship to something. Can anyone guess what the relationship to an obelisk was? Guess? The pyramid. Do you see it? This, my friend, is supposed to enter this. Look at it this way. So why is it if this, better get this, was built for this, why is it the planet leans so much towards the penis? When we look at religion, it leaves out women. When we look at the highest levels of religion, women are a side note. When we look at the highest levels of government, all over the planet, maybe 2 women, 3 women, 4 women, 5 women, except for a few countries where women have equal representation. But the highest levels, it's mostly penises. When we look at banking, penis. Finance, penis. When we look at tech, penis, penis, penis. When we look at institutions of learning, penis, penis, penis. When we look at healthcare, a lot of women. But then when we look at specialization, like specific kinds of doctors, penises. Why is it that the ancients had a mystery, an esoteric, but this is esoteric, it's a hidden mystery that most people haven't put together, that the obelisk was like the key that would penetrate the whole of the pyramid to unlock the secrets of the pyramid. This is why all pyramids have shafts. And of all things you call it, was a shaft. The story of Lysistrata is the clue. I have to go read that because I have no clue what you're talking about. Exactly. The mother, the female energy, to them is an enemy. But look at this. Look at this. This is a sketch of the pyramid. And this is a shaft. 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 Could it be that these obelisks were supposed to go into here to unlock this? And look, you see, these things are not for the ordinary. You have to have eyes to see it. But what's interesting, look at this. The key goes into the lock and it unlocks the door. Use your imagination. The pyramid is the uterus. These are the esoteric, the things that you can't see. It's designed after a uterus. They say, no, it's not. Or really? Flip it upside down because you're not supposed to be looking at it right side up. Turn the pyramid upside down in your mind. Turn it upside down. Turn it upside down. Let's go to an upside down pyramid. Can you see it? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Can you see it? To those who have eyes to see, the pyramid has many, many reasons. Many, many, many meanings. But one of which is a secret that to unlock it, you need the obelisk. And all of them have shafts. Shafts! Of all the words they can call it, shaft. You see? To unlock it, you need the obelisks. But where are the obelisks? New York, London, Paris, Rome, Turkey, and Egypt. Which means it will never be unlocked. And you put the obelisk in the right shaft. And then something happens. What happens? I don't want to know. 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 But doesn't this look, I'm not even going to go there. Do you see it? Ujwal, you can see. Kumisi, you can see. Does anybody else see this? Can anybody else see this? When you put the obelisk into the pyramid shaft, and I bet you any amount of money, I bet you any amount of money, this will fit perfectly into this. I bet you any amount of money. For some reason, or it may fit perfectly into these. Who knows where it's supposed to go? And then they turn it like a lock, like a key going into a lock. Can you see it? And it symbolizes this. 1, 2, 3. And some kind of life form, some kind of creation. Let me give you graphic, okay? Hopefully this won't be, hold on. Maybe this is a good one. Isn't it ironic how this, copulation or intercourse, isn't it ironic how this looks like this? What's up? Okay, hold on. Doesn't this look like this? Hmm? Can you see? 1, 2, 1, 2. Can you see? And doesn't this look like when there's a little fetus growing? Can you see? No one else sees this? You need spiritual eyes to see. Look, look. I'm not trying to be vulgar. I'm showing you something here. Look. Doesn't this look like this? Hmm? No? You guys are awfully quiet. Hmm? So my question is, why is it that the planet leans so much to the phallus? I want you to watch what I'm showing you and think about what I'm showing you. Take your time and think about what I'm showing you. guys are awfully quiet. And the question is, what if the obelisk were to be placed into the shaft and turned the right way? And look at this, guys. Look at this. Guys, you have to be able to see this. Can you see it? Look at this. In order for the key to turn and to unlock the door, you have to have the right combinations. And doesn't this look like the DNA material, these little nodes here, that leaves a man and enters a woman to give life? What's the point I'm trying to make here? Why does the planet lean so heavily towards the penis when we clearly see that the builders of the pyramid had in mind the key and the shaft, which is the womb, which is the uterus, and the combination of the key, the obelisk, going into the shaft to bring life? And then my other question is, if they decide to put the obelisks back into the shaft of the pyramids, what's going to come out as life on the other side? You guys are awfully quiet. Do you see it? Can you see it? This planet is out of sync. This planet is out of sync. You guys are awfully quiet. It's either you're shocked or you think, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. This channel may not be for you, because I like showing things that the ordinary mind and the ordinary eye doesn't see and they don't catch. Are you guys there? Is anyone still there? Oh, okay. Oh, you guys were there. Oops. Okay, Ujwal, have a good night. Okay, ME. So ME says definitely has to do with the masculine and feminine energy. But think about it. So we see it, right? We see it. But then you have to ask yourself, when we look at our daily lives, do we see the balance of the masculine and feminine energy? No, we don't. When we look at the upper structure of religion, penis protectorates. When we look at all spheres of government, penis. When we look at business, penis protectorates. When we look at finance, penis, penis, penis. Definitely penis. When we look at the upper echelons of entertainment, penis. When we look at, all sphere of activities, maybe except things like nursing or healthcare. But the majority of all spheres of public activity, it is the penis protectorates that's in control. Tech, penis. Military, penis. Government, definitely penis protectors. You gotta ask yourself, how is it that they have the obelisks, but there's a penis, there's a uterus, There's a uterus for the obelisk. And the obelisk is the 1 in the binary system. And the pyramid is the 0. And the combination of the 1, watch, going into the 0 brings forth life. My question is, if they were to put the obelisk into the shaft of the pyramid and get the right combination, what life form are they gonna? Ooh, I don't want to know. If they were to put the obelisk into the shaft, the pyramid shafts, it's supposed to produce life. What life? That is a good one. So Maria says, do you think it's a ritual to fertilize a global plan, male and female energy to bring forth plants? The problem is they don't look at the physical structure of the planet. What I was trying to show you in the beginning is that they neglect the female energy. When you look at all religions, Maria, at the top, it's all male. When you look at most governments, it's all male. When you look at banking, finance, military, tech, design, invention, it's very much, I think male are what? Men are left-leaning on the brain. It's all left brain. I hope I got that right, which is analytics, right? And they totally neglect right brain, which is the feminine. So that's a really good question. The thing is, the planet is too male leading. That's why we have so much wars. There's so much violence. There's so much aggression. There's so much hatred. I mean, there's a lot of good things that come out of it, which is you get a lot of invention, you get a lot of analytics, but there's not enough female. And if the ancients had this riddle that they set up in front of you, remember, we're in a binary system, it's 0 and a 1. The 0 and the 1 encoding can create anything. Remember what I showed you? Let's go back to the theory of what I showed you of how old this technology is. Let's go back. Let's take a look at this, and we're going to look at the 0s and the 1s, right? We're going to look at the 0s and the 1s in this matrix. Hold on. Oh God, I hope I can open this thing. Let's look at how old this technology is, okay? This binary matrix that we live in, okay? This is a computer motherboard. I always go back to this, right? This is so-called modern invention, right? Perhaps it would create, that's where I was getting, Maria, that's where I was going. Okay, and look at this. Can, Teotihuacan, I probably spelled that wrong. Teotihuacan. Okay, this is an actual design of a computer motherboard. And this is the actual design of Teotihuacan in Mexico. Okay, you program this with 0s and 1s. My question is, what do you program this with if this was designed after this? If you program this computer motherboard, doesn't this look like, listen, oh my God, guys, you gotta see this. Doesn't this look, you program this with 0s and 1s, and this is why we did that number thing today. You program a computer motherboard with 0s and 1s in order to get it to work. Doesn't this look like genetic material known as sperm? Look! Look! I can't anymore on this planet. These people are playing us for games, man. they're just playing us like fools. This is Teotihuacan. So if this computer motherboard and all computer motherboards are patented and mirrored after pyramids, then you got to program this with zeros and ones, which tells me that humans are zeros and ones. There is something in our genetic material. Maybe it's a flaw, maybe it's a glitch, maybe it's something, but there's something science is not revealing to us. Because when you look at this, doesn't that look like a man's genetic material traveling, going to fertilize something and create something? Doesn't it look like it? But drilling down to things, I want you guys to begin to see the things that you won't normally see and pay attention to things you won't normally pay attention to. Does it tell us that our genetic material is programmable? Scary thought, huh? So Gomisi says they are playing God. Maybe they believe they are God. And I agree, Maria. If the day comes where they put the obelisk into the shaft of the pyramid, they will be creating new life forms. Absolutely. The so-called junk DNA activation. I agree. I agree 100%. Yep. Yes. Yes. So Maria says, so then, should we assume that the pyramids are the driving force and the backbone of the group? Yes. Yes. And if, look at this, guys, that's why we're drilling down. That's why I showed you the obelisk and the uterus and the pyramids and the shaft. And we see the man's genetic material. Bingo. Because the pyramid looks like a what? A right side up uterus. Look at this. The zeros and ones, the information travels along the circuit board, and any combination of that information can create life. I'm beginning to ask myself, is there anything in our DNA that's zeros and ones? I know the basic proteins for the DNA is adenine, guanine, cytosine, and thymine, ACTG. But what I'm saying is if we drill down deeper, I'm beginning to wonder if the mathematical code for our genes, it's not coded as zeros and ones, because too many things on this planet leans towards 0 and 1 and any combination of those two letters. Not too many. Or maybe they're waiting for the manifestation, Gomisi, or maybe look at where they said it was. It was in New York. The obelisk was in New York. The obelisk one was in London. You have Paris, Rome, Istanbul in Turkey, and then 2 cities in Egypt, Luxor and another city. Why would they have these obelisks? And then they have those in Ethiopia. Why would they have these obelisks in these specific cities? Yeah. But look at Teotihuacan. This is Teotihuacan. This is an image, an actual image, an illustration of Teotihuacan from the History Channel. Guys, look at this runway. Look at this runway. They're telling you. They're telling you this is a uterus. And this is the man's genetic material. Guys, I'm telling you, this is the man's genetic material. And when the obelisk enters, they made the runway to look like his genetic material traveling and his obelisk. When it enters the pyramid, you get life. These are what you call esoteric. It's hidden. It's hidden knowledge. And only people with eyes to see can see. Computer motherboard, Mayan pyramid complex of Teotihuacan. Look at this. Guys, is this a coincidence? This is not a coincidence. It's not a coincidence. Right? So you have to ask yourself, is our genetic material programmable? When you break down the proteins that make up genetic material, adenine, guanine, thymine, cytosine, are they combinations of zeros and ones? And as someone rightfully said, what they call junk DNA. And we know in this age, whenever they tell you something's junk, that's where you go look. Because if they tell you stand up, you better sit down. If they tell you run, you better stand still. Whatever they tell you to do the opposite. Is our genetic material programmable? And if it is programmable, what are they creating? Okay, so that's not the last thing. The last thing I wanted to share with you before I got off, I hope this was fun, is 2 dreams that I had. Okay, so I thought that was helpful. So the last thing I wanted to share was 2 dreams that I had. Crazy dreams. Crazy dreams. So 2 weeks ago, if anyone can interpret dreams, I'd like to hear what you have to say about this. 2 weeks ago, I had this dream. In the dream, this tall guy, he was in a dark gray suit, and he looked Arabic, but he was in a suit. He takes me. It wasn't like it was forced, but I didn't have a choice. I don't know how to explain it. It wasn't forced, but I didn't really have a choice. And I was brought into this room. And in the room, it was a white room, and all the trimmings of the room was gold. So it was a white room. Everything was white. It was huge, a huge palatial room. And all the trimmings of the room was gold. And I was taken and I was brought to this white room. And as I entered the room, I walked in the door and I turned right. And as I entered the room, there was a man sitting on a throne. Oh, a throne as in a king's throne kind of thing. And I'm going to write the person's name, okay? So read the chat. I'm not going to say the person's name out loud. Okay. Everybody let me know that you got the name. Okay? As I walked into the room, let me know you got the name. As I walked into the room, this person was sitting on a throne, like, and he says, I want you here. And like I said, it was strange because I wasn't forced, but I didn't have a choice. I don't know how to explain that. You're not forced, but you don't really have a choice. Does anyone understand what that means? You're not forced, but you don't really have a choice. Like you can't really say no, but you're not being forced at the same time. Okay? ME, I don't know why. Okay? Let me finish the dream. So in the dream, I had two dreams. So anyone who can interpret this dream, that'd be nice. So in the dream, he puts his hand on the armrest of the chair. And what's funny is he wasn't wearing one of those long, you know how they wear these robes and they're black with gold trimmings, and then they have something like white under it. He wasn't wearing that. He was wearing something short sleeve. And in the dream, I was literally like this, playing with the hair on his arm. And he was on his cell phone. Okay, let me not. He was on his cell phone, right? Because I know some of you think, if I do this and I'm like cell phone, you think, so that's why I'm being very cautious of what I do. Okay? With the hair on his arm. And I'm like, and I'm saying to myself in the dream, what the hell am I doing in this country with this person playing with the hair on their arm? And I'm saying to myself, what? The person was on their cell phone the whole time making calls, having phone calls. And then he said, I have to take this call. And then I said, okay. And I stopped. He said, no. Continue. I'm like, continue playing with the hair on this man's arm. So I woke up and I'm like, what the hell does that mean? Number two, then something dawned on me. In that culture, do men pride themselves on having a lot of hair? I don't know. You tell me. Okay? Oh, ME. Yeah, I think they limit my ME. I think they definitely limit my channel for sure. Yeah, I don't even let it bother me. I definitely think they limit my channel, limit my viewers, limit my, right? Okay. Okay, Maria, break it down. I'm listening because I'm like, I'm like, what the hell am I doing? I'm, I, I don't know how I got there. All I know is some tall guy in a dark gray suit, really more ashen gray. He takes me and he politely puts me in the room, and he's standing there like a guard. He goes, "You, I want you here." And I'm like, okay. I sit down. I'm playing with the hair on his arm. Okay. But Maria, did you catch the name of the person I mentioned? Catch the name of the person I mentioned. Okay? Catch the name. And I'm not going to repeat that name live. Nope. Okay? The second dream. Now, this troubled me. The second dream was 2 days ago. Okay? In this room, changing lanes, someone else said that. Someone else said that. And what's funny is someone else said that. And what's funny is in the dream, I couldn't understand the feeling of not being forced, but not having a choice. Does anyone understand how that feels? You're not forced to do it, but you don't have a choice. Like, I wasn't forced to be in the room, but I couldn't run away. I wasn't forced to sit next to the person, but I couldn't say no. So that's why I was just kind of like, okay. Oh, you got the name right? Check out the name. Okay? So Gomisi says, I have a feeling you know what your dream is about. Not really, not really. I just, you, Lou, very intelligent. You get it? That's why I was so freaked out. Bingo. You see? That's why I was so freaked out because I was like, this is not really, and then I was like, this is not really cultural. Nothing about this is cultural. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I was like, that's what's kind of like, but guys, there was a second dream 2 days ago. And interestingly enough, I rarely dream. Rarely dream. I may get 2 or 3 dreams in a year. But when I do, they usually mean something. The second dream that I had was 2 days ago. Get this. I'm going to write the name. Okay, because I'm not going to say the name. I'm going to write the name. Read the name. Emmy, I agree. And Spirit Jenny, but I'm not in that culture. You see, that culture is in the Middle East. I'm in the United States. And I don't make it a habit of playing with men's hair on their arms. You know what I mean? So I'm just like, huh? I can't figure it out. Okay, guys. Okay, Gomisi, why do you say yes I do? Gomisi, I'm in the United States. I'm not in that country. And I have no relationship to anyone in that country. So it doesn't make sense. I have no relationship, no friendships, nothing. I have no connection to that country whatsoever. So you are when you are there. But I've never been to the Middle East. You see what I'm saying, Spirit Journey? I've never been to the Middle East. So there's no connection. When I tell you there's no literal connection. But get this, the second dream is really gonna blow your mind. I'm gonna write the, and what's funny is I don't really get dreams. This one, watch the name. Watch the name. Ah, oh. I go busy. Okay, you. That's what I was wondering. You see, I'm treading a careful line because of the implants and because of that plane. And I'm like being very careful, and that's why I'm talking about it because I want other people's perspective. So if you can give Spirit Journey, if you can give any perspective, I'm listening because I'm always learning. Okay. So the second dream, guys, the second dream, this one shook me. Look at the name. I just typed the name. I just typed the name. Okay. She came to me in my dream. She was pregnant. She was wearing a tan A-line. You know those business dresses? It's very like an A-line, kind of fitted straight down, right underneath the knees. Fits nicely on a woman, and you can wear it up, you can wear it down. She was wearing one of those A-line. It was kind of tan, but it was kind of like a gray color mixed with tan. And she was heavily pregnant. Look at the name I just typed in. I'm not going to call the name. She was heavily pregnant. It could have been 7 months. It could have been about 9 months. She came to me in my dream 2 days ago and said to me, help me. They are abusing me. Help me get out of here. And I'm like, okay. So we were running. Okay. We were literally running. And everywhere we ran, okay, Spirit Journey said, what did she tell you? She told me, look at the name again. came to me in a dream 2 days ago. And she said to me, I'm not going to say the name, so read the name. Came to me in a dream 2 days ago and said to me, help me. They are abusing me. She was heavily pregnant. It looked like she was either 7 months or 9 months, but you could you could see the baby, okay? And not only did she say she was being abused, she was also saying that she was exhausted. Like she looked exhausted. Nothing like she looks when you see her on television. She looked exhausted. And she was like, please help me. I'm being abused. I can't take it anymore. I can't go back. And I was just like, and we started running. And every time we ran and hid, look at the name. I'm going to type. Oh, oops. Look at the name I just typed. Every time we started running, he found us. And I remember we ran into this building, into one room, and we were hiding. And he found us. And we got up and we ran again. And we just kept running. And everywhere we ran, they found us. And finally, I had to say to her, I'm going to answer your questions after. Finally, I had to say to her, I said, look, we can't run from these people. I was like, there's nowhere to hide. And she's like, I can't go back. I can't go back. They're abusing me. And I was like, what do you mean they're abusing you? And I looked at her face, okay, and she looked so tired. And I was just like, wow, she doesn't. And when I saw her face, I was like, she doesn't look like that on television. She looks refreshed and young and vibrant in the magazines, in the newspaper, and happy. And then in the dream, she just looked like, I mean, she looked not bad, not ugly, but you know when a person is exhausted, there's no color in their face, there's bags on their eyes begin to droop, they lose all the pigmentation in their skin, and then she was pregnant. So I had to have a talk with her, and I was like, look, these people are very powerful. I was like, I was like, you realize what you married into, right? And she's like, I can't go back. I can't go back. They're abusing me. I just can't go back. And I was like, look, I literally had to sit her down at like 7 months pregnant. She's about 7 or 9 months pregnant. And I was just literally in the dream like, look, we can't run. There's nowhere to hide. Do you understand that? Do you understand how powerful these people are? There is no country that you can run to hide from these people. I was like, there's nowhere on this planet where you can run and become invisible. You have to go back. And she was like, I can't go back. They're abusing me. And all I could think about is, oh my God, what did she mean by they're abusing her? And she's 7 to 9 months pregnant. And I'm like, what the hell? Finally, I convinced her to go back. And when she left me limping. She was limping on her right leg. Literally. Like she was walking with a limp on her right leg. And that's when I realized, I was like, this is physical abuse? She was literally walking on her right leg with a limp. Like that. Like dragging her right leg. She was pregnant, due any time, you know, exhausted, and then walking with a limp on her right leg. And I was just like, you have to go. I was like, there's nothing I can do to protect you. Didn't you realize what you were marrying into? So that's the second dream. Okay. Lou, Lou, And guess who was after her every time she tried to leave? The second name I posted. Everywhere we went, he found us. And you know what's funny about how he found us? Let me tell you how he found us. We ran away, right? In the dream, we ran away into this room. And I remember the room, it was like in a abandoned building, like torn down building, but the room was like white inside of the room. And the funny thing, do you know how he found us? We literally, in the room, we saw, it's not like they sent helicopters and M15, like drop people out of the helicopters. We saw eyes, eyes, okay? Eyes. Every time they found us, we literally saw eyes in the room watching us. So like whenever we ran, they lost us. But let's say we ran and we ran to a mountain and we were hiding in the mountain. All of a sudden, the whole mountain would be surrounded by eyes. Something just dawned on me. 5 eyes. Have you guys heard of 5 eyes? I was trying to understand that in the room. And then after the eyes, that's when I saw her father-in-law. And he would just stand there like this. Not saying a word. He'd just stand there like this. And we would take off running again. And we'd lose them. And then as soon as we take a break, the eyes would show up. Eyes, as in your 2 eyes. The eyes would show up, zoom in on where we were. You would see eyes surrounding the room or the building. And then he'd show up and he'd just be like this. And he wouldn't say a word. He wouldn't be angry. He wouldn't be violent. He wouldn't be anything. And we just kept running and running and running and running, trying to get away from these people. To no avail. Until finally I had to say, look, you got to get out of here. I don't know. I did ME. The MK Ultra. Oh, I didn't think of that because I've been racking my brain trying to, I was like, what the hell kind of dream is this? You know? And then the limp, when I finally convinced her to go back, she was walking with a limp like this. I mean, pregnant with one limp, like, and I was like, you gotta go back. I told her, go back. I was like, go back, behave yourself, you know, stay calm, do what they ask you to do, don't make them angry, you know, just be respectful and be calm. And she was like, okay, okay, okay. And she was walking like this on one leg, dragging her right leg as she walked. And I was looking at her like, her color's gone. She's about to give birth and hopping on one leg, walking back to her abode. That was my dream 2 days ago. No, I'm sharing as much. Spirit Journey says they don't want you to share the info. You two are tired. Yeah, I am tired. I'm tired. But I was like, you know what? I need some conversation, you know? So, yeah, I am tired, but I don't want to put the names out there, you know, because you know how sensitive these things are, right? So I just, because of you know what's involved. That's why I'm just like, read the name. I'm not saying the names, you read it. Right? So that's the dream. Okay, Lou says, that's not surprising at all. What did she expect? Didn't she hear about her predecessor? Seek says, you know why PD got out of there, right? Changing Lane says she is not cut out for that. Yeah, that's why I'm like, you know what, we need to have a conversation about all sorts of stuff. Guys, this brings me to a point. This brings me to a point. Don't gravitate to power. You know, don't. You know, I don't know if any of this is true. Does anyone have any idea? Like, what do you think this is? It just came out of nowhere. I mean, I'm not one of her biggest fan, but I support her. I was like, the guy she's married is a really nice guy. I think she's a really beautiful, really intelligent girl, and she has a hell of a road to climb because that's a very old bloodline, as old as soapstone, that she's going in, and they don't change rules. They don't change. And I was just like, sorry. I'm like, what are you, a modern girl? Hold on. What are you? Oops. It's blurry. Ah, sorry. It's even more blurry. Ah, what did I do? I just blurred up the whole damn thing. Hold on, I gotta go find some tissue to unblur this. Hold on. Hold on, guys. Better. Sorry about that. I'm like, what are you, a modern girl? You're modern, you're from California, you live in Toronto, you're very modern, progressive. And I'm like, you married into one of the most old, stoic, brutal, very archaic in the way they do things. They don't change. They don't change. I was like, you're not going to go in there and change stuff. I don't know if any of this is real. It could just be a dream. It could just be a dream. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. Marrying into USA for, you mean NWO, right, Emmy? NWO? Okay. Looks can be deceiving. We don't. Seek says looks can be deceiving. Yes, she is. She does have the genetic material, but she has the genetic material, if any of this is true. But does she have the kind of ritual training that they go through? Remember, Diana was born into it, bred into it, and raised up into it. And Diana almost went crazy. Okay, so, I don't want to say any names. But so imagine if, you're not bred into it. You see, if you're from the outside, I just don't understand why. If you're not born into that and you're not raised like that and you're not from a young age, these people are born and trained from a young age. You understand? And you come from the outside going in, it's very rare those things will work. Can you deal with, I mean, I don't know. That's not for me. You understand? That's just not for me. Bingo. Yeah, that's true. But in this dream, sorry, Spirit, in this dream, all I know is something in this dream is breaking her. Something in it. I don't know if any of this is true. It's just a dream. But something in the dream was breaking her because when she left me, she had a limp on her right leg. She was pregnant. She was due. She was tired and fatigued and had a right leg limp. I was telling me, I can't go back. They're abusing me. I can't do it. That's why I think he likes her. Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Because all of the women around him are like monarchs. They're very much like monarchs. They have no Huh? Who? So you think she represents me being tired, fatigued, and limping? It's possible, but I don't think it's me. I'm not pregnant. Looks can be deceiving. We don't know what goes on behind the scenes. Others on the web try to ME. Others on the web try to warn her to run. If this is happening at this early in the game, ah, changing says it's abuse that leaves no mark. Ah, that makes sense. I knew I would have gotten some insight on this because I was like, what the hell is it? What? You know what I mean? I was just like, what am I dreaming? Like, what? You know, because usually my dreams, they're related to people I know. You understand what I'm saying? They're related to people I know, not people I don't know. So I was just kind of like, hmm. You understand? So I was just kind of taken aback that it was like, I don't know this person, and I don't know this person. Why is this? Mm-hmm. It's abuse that leaves no mark. Kind of like this program, huh? Kind of like this program. Okay, she's not cut out for that. I think so. I think so. I think whatever it is, I think if if her predecessor was not cut out for it and was born and bred and raised and ritualized and it broke her, I don't know. Yes, I heard that she was pregnant. I heard that she was pregnant. I heard that she was pregnant. Spirit journey, I received that. I received that. A lot of people are saying that they are reps. Seek. They are reps. You know what I have to say about that, right? Well, she might have had to do what Hollywood said to do. I don't get that. She's transitioned higher. She's much higher in the power spectrum. Hollywood is like 4 levels from the bottom. This is at the top of the pyramid, child. She's at the top of the pyramid. Woo! I don't think Hollywood has nothing on the top. I don't know. I don't know. Okay? She might have had to do what Hollywood said to do. I don't know. I don't know. Mm-mm-mm. Well, so those were my 2 dreams. So I'm sitting here like, what? She's saying they are abusing me. Wasn't there this guy who used to talk about the cloning center? Donald Marshall? Has anyone heard of Donald Marshall? Ah. Remember Donald Marshall who talked about these cloning centers? Guys, have you ever heard of, I want you guys to look at this. Go look at this, even though it's like heavily religious. Heavily religious. Okay? And they don't really tell their testimonies too much. You just get into the religious psychobabble and it's just like, will you shut up and just tell the story so I can understand what's going on? But I want you guys to go look at this. Look at this guy. Okay? Okay? Have a look at this. His name is Doug Riggs, Nephilim Mothers. Look up the Nephilim Mothers program. And if you can get past the religious psychobabble, it's really interesting, really worth a listen. Okay? Really worth a listen. Basically, what it's about certain people, certain groups of people on the planet who I think are TTIs, certain groups of people on the planet, and they don't realize that they have specific genetic material that certain groups who who run this planet run, and what they do is that they kidnap these people for their genetics and they use them for breeding programs with non-humans. Okay? Just something interesting that you that I thought you would think to be interesting. Anyway, all right, guys. So another long ass video I made. So I have people telling me your videos are too goddamn long. But I'm like, yeah, you know what? It's like my time for having fun with people. So I'm just like, yeah, you could cut it up. You could watch 10 minutes and come back to it, which I find hilarious, Anyway, so guys, I thought we had a great evening. We'll meet again when I have something interesting to talk about. And see ya. Peace out. Thanks for joining me, by the way. And have a wonderful